Hey, COVID got you depressed, scared, worried? Is that happening in your life right now? Let's talk about easy solutions to motivation, to drive, to stay on track. Welcome to Maximize Your Influence. Kurt Mortensen here as we talk about special things you need to know to take your life and your income to the next level. That's what we want to focus on. Just finished a podcast at MaximizeYourInfluence.com, and it was about that sucker punch, the persuasion sucker punch, especially during these crazy political weird times where you get canceled for believing differently, for thinking differently. I'm going to talk about why people do that, why people think differently, why people do the persuasion sucker punch, which is out of the blue. You know what a sucker punch is, right? It's just when you're not looking, someone hits you. That's what's happening in the world of persuasion, and I give you tools to understand why it's happening and what to do when it's happening. But let's focus on self-persuasion today and mindset and talk about things that'll make a huge difference. Now, why are we so depressed? Why is there so much anxiety? Why is there so much fear? I mean, if you look at, I hate to say about suicide rates and anxiety and depression, it's off the charts. Why? Well, sure, COVID, but then we have the media, the negative, the lies. You're like, what? They're lying? Yeah, you know, do this, don't do this. This is happening, this is not happening. We talk about this on the podcast where, depending on what you listen to, you have different definitions of different things. Some people think it's a mass. Some people think it's a muzzle. Some people think it's a riot. Some people think it's just a gathering. I mean, it's just different. And so watch the media, the news, it can throw you for a loop. So if you're depressed, if you have anxiety or fear, don't watch the news as much or at all. Careful of social media, because that'll suck the life out of you. When people post what's going great in their life, they're probably lying. 75% of social media is embellished anyway. Careful of that. But let me just tell you this. We talk about success and millionaire psychology. If you want more information on that, go to MaximizeYourInfluence.com, where you can find out about the millionaire psychology, the mindset. You can find the free book, Maximum Influence. That's a new edition. Just pick up a little shipping and handling, and take your free persuasion IQ assessment to see where you rank. All right, there's my plug. So the best time to be successful, the best time to grow, the best time to take your life and your income to the next level is when everyone's paralyzed. That could be the stock market, that could be any aspect of success. When people are paralyzed, they're not willing to take action, they're too scared to do anything, that is the best time to be successful and to make your move and get past this depression, this anxiety, all the things. When you're scared, it just freezes you. Because when you feel that fear, it's either freeze, fight, or flight. I mean, choose the one. Which one are you doing? That is what's happening here. So let's talk about some things that can make a big difference. First of all, the acronym T. I've talked about this before. The T, right? TEA. Thoughts control your emotions, and emotions control your actions. Be aware of your thoughts. When you're feeling scared, depressed, that fear, be aware of your thoughts. Because if these negative thoughts trigger negative emotions, which they do, which trigger negative actions, which they do, it paralyzes you, freeze. You need to be more aware of your thoughts. Control your thoughts. All right, not control your thoughts. Redirect your thoughts. Everybody, even a successful person versus an unsuccessful person, you want to know the difference? Unsuccessful person has a thought. This little seed starts to grow into a tree. Oh, wow, that could happen. What if it did happen? That would be devastating. That would destroy me. It would be terrible. Okay, negative thoughts, negative emotions, more fear. That seed turns into a tree, and that turns into your actions of despair and depression and doing nothing, not even being motivated. So be aware of the thoughts. And here's a successful person who has the same exact thought. We're human. They have the same exact thought. They just don't dwell on it. They don't water it. They don't fertilize it. They don't give it sun. They don't give it a place to grow. They just redirect it, right, to something else. Focus on something else. Thoughts are real. Thoughts are real. No thought can reside in your mind rent-free. You've heard that before, and that's the reality. Now, you can do the rubber band thing where you snap yourself every time with negative thought, but most people don't last very long. But be more aware of your thoughts and how negative they are and redirect them to something more positive. You can take a great football player, for example. When they get on the field, a football quarterback, they're not, oh, what if I lose? What if I get hurt? What if the fans boo? What if I throw interceptions? No. They're thinking about the victory. That's their thoughts. That's what's consuming them. Thoughts control emotions, and emotions control actions. And of course, the media I talked about, the social media, the news, all that can affect your thoughts. So be very careful what you're putting into your mind, because it is a lot like a computer. What you put in, a lot of times you get out. Number 2 is worry versus vision. Now, here's the non-sugar-coated piece right here. When you're stuck on worry, right? Worry, which is negative goal setting. Worry can suck the life out of you. And 90% of things you worry about you can't fix or not going to happen, so you got to be careful here. But we get stuck on worry, and worry, again, it sucks the life out of you. It pollutes your vision. It destroys your motivation versus vision. Vision, more than anything else, will dictate your day-to-day decisions, your vision of the future. Because the universe will not reward you physically until you see it mentally. That's your visualization. And here is the non-sugar-coated version of the day, that when you're stuck on worry, again, negative goal setting, all the bad things that could happen, it means your vision's not strong enough. You can't see yourself doing it. You haven't visualized it. You haven't programmed your subconscious mind for success. And that's a whole nother series. But reprogramming your mind for success, turning your worry into vision. Did you catch that? When you're stuck on worry, or the people around you are stuck on worry, it's because their vision's not strong enough. They don't believe you, or the news, or the government, or the people around them. They just are stuck on worry. And you got to get them to visualize their future and understand the world's been through terrible things, and we always rebound. We always get better. We're very resilient as humans. Have hope. You have to have hope. There's already enough negative, pessimistic people around you, the Aunt Ednas in your life, where you go to a family gathering and sit next to them and they don't even talk to them. They feel like I'm sucking the energy out of you. There's already enough of those. We need optimism. We need hope. It's going to work out. That's what optimism is. We know there'll be bumps along the way. We know we'll hit some roadblocks. We might hit some potholes, but along that optimism, we know we're going to work out. Be more optimistic, and that comes through visualization. Seeing yourself successful, seeing yourself in an improved situation, that makes a huge difference. So work on it. And worry also comes from indecision. Have you ever been up on a cliff getting ready to jump? Well, hoping there's water down there, but jump into a lake, for example, the more you think about it and worry about it, and the what if it's harder and harder to jump. So if the people around you or yourself are stuck in worry, start making decisions, even minor decisions. Get them to think about the future, the vision. Have them write out a vision statement of their perfect day, a vision board of the things that they want. It matters, yes. Remember what I said. The universe will not reward you physically until you believe it mentally. And third thing I want to talk about is your motivation. Because when you feel this fear, this anxiety, this depression, this despair, it sucks the life out of you, and it's very difficult to motivate yourself. I get it, I understand it, but let's get past that. Because remember, fear. You're going to freeze and do nothing. You're going to run away from it and pretend it's not a problem. Or you're going to, fight or flight. You're going to fight. Let's fight. Let's have some motivation. Remember, this is the time to be successful. Everyone else is paralyzed. This is the time where successful people, millionaires, make decisions because no one else is willing to do it. And of course, we know things are going to get better, right? You got to have hope there. Things are going to get better. Things are going to work out. As a world, we've been through things much worse than this, and we've always rebounded. It's just how we are. We're very, very resilient. So when you look at motivation, you got to remember there's two types of motivation. There's the desperation, I have to, moving away, fear aspect. Now, fear can motivate. It's very short term. It's not the best. You probably haven't gone to a dentist out of inspiration. It was probably desperation or fear, but at least you went. But it's very short term. I have to. You're getting away from something. Now, again, I'm saying it's better than nothing. At least you're doing something. But if you're stuck on fear, let's move to the other side of motivation. Inspiration, hope, vision. You do that out of love or respect. You do that out of passion. You do that out of purpose. So try to tap into your purpose and your passion. What are you DNA coded to do? What is it that you want to accomplish? How do you want to be remembered in your life? What is the one thing you want to change in the world or in your community? Those are the things to start thinking of. What inspires you? Is it your children? Is it your spouse? Is it a charity? Is it grandchildren? It doesn't matter what it is. If you can focus more on the why and the inspiration, why you're doing things, get out of your funk, okay? Get out of that despair. Quit being scared. We're all scared. There's things happening here, but you got to man up, woman up, whatever it is. Get past that desperation, move more into inspiration, because then the fear will erode away. The despair will erode away. Being scared will erode away. It's a process, but work on these things. I know it's real. We're all going through it. I get it. I understand it. Have a little hope. Transfer a little hope. When I was doing research for laws of charisma, great leaders, charismatic leaders, they transfer hope. They are more optimistic. They inspire people. People, after they've talked to them, feel like they can do it, and that's what you need to do. Don't be the ones, don't be the masses where, Oh, poor me, why me, this is happening. All right, it's happening. Have a success mindset. We're going to deal with it. We're not going to be paralyzed. We're not going to run away from it. We're going to face it. Have you heard that saying before? Feel the fear, face it anyway, and do it. Okay, we've got this. We're going through it. And then turn that fear, that desperation into inspiration. Find out what is it that's going to get you up in the morning to work hard, to get past that fear and feel inspired and hope to make it happen. That is the key. That's what you want to do. So take that one to the bank. Think about it. Hit like, hit subscribe. Go to the website, Maximize Your Influence. Get onto the podcast. It's also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and iTunes under Maximize Your Influence. And of course, here at YouTube, it's under Maximize Your Influence. But master these skills. This is self-persuasion. Again, if you can't persuade yourself, you can't persuade other people. If you can't lead yourself, you can't lead other people. That's why we're starting here. I know things are happening in the world. It's crazy times. I get it. I understand it. I'm here too. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I am understanding what's going on. But you can make that subtle shift. Understand your mindset. Get into this inspiration. Change your life. Change other people's life. And go out and persuade with power.